you ever faced, because we have Asian background, some people, they have a stereotype as on, oh, you Indian have this problem, and Chinese always to sell cheap things, they're not respectful. In the beginning, at least, they have this stereotype. They think you in different way. Have you ever faced those type of bias situation?
You are right, and I would answer this in two ways because...
Hello everyone, I'm very honored today to have Shailesh here for this interview. I've mentioned many times in my previous video that my capable, especially have very good leadership skills, Indian colleagues. So here is him. Shailesh, could you please have a brief introduce about yourself?
Yeah, sure. But first of all, thank you very much for having this session here. I think it would be very useful, to capture some of the things which I would like to advise both of you. So as you can see, how I look, I'm from India. I grew up in India. So all my families, everyone is in India. I did my engineering in electrical engineering, so bachelor's degree. And after that, I started my career in the petrochemicals industry in India. Okay. So that's how it started. And then for Norway, it's been about a decade here. And in the beginning, I came here as part of job opportunity as an international assignment from my previous employer, Shell, or the energy company. You might have heard the name. Yeah. So that's how I came here. And the plan was just to stay here for 3-4 years, and then just looking at this, the beautiful country, all the things it has to offer, I and my family finally decided to just stay here forever. And now this is our second home. So
could you please describe your career path? Because I heard your background is engineering.
As I highlighted earlier, I did my electrical engineering, and then the first job was in the petrochemicals industry. That gave a very good foundation into how the industry works, because there's a big difference what you study in college and how that knowledge is used. And then after some years, I moved the job to Shell. And that's where, my key experience outside India started. And then with each role, you understand what you like and what you don't like, and where you are stronger in terms of working with people or delivering the results for the business. And that's where I thought that I could be more happy and satisfied if I go on the leadership side. So while working with Shell, then I got an opportunity to work in Russia. That was a department manager role for LNG plant in Russia. Okay. That was transformational in terms of my career. Then I realized that I like working with people, and I help them, and when they achieve their potential, I feel, get that sense of fulfillment, or it feels so rewarding that, when you see someone like 2-3 years back, this is what that person was doing, and then with some advice they changed their navigation and went into a particular direction, and then they were super successful. So when you see that, you really feel happy about it. So that's what
we are doing now. You are very good at motivate people,
creating an impact.
Thank you.
So I have a question for you, Shailesh, that as you are from an international background, did you face any challenges? How was it like?
Yeah, so number of challenges, especially like when you go to different countries, the cultural nuances, differences in how people work and how people think, and their social norms, their business norms, all these are very important to understand, because in my case, I came from India, so that's my environment where I grew in. And when you go outside, for example, Malaysia or Russia, they all have their different culture and different traditions. So that's the one thing. The second, I think if you have that language proficiency, that would really help. I wouldn't say that this is like a necessity, but it's a kind of nice to have. If you have that language proficiency, if you want to go international, then English is the key thing. I would also say that if you want to go on an international career, then your communication style needs to be better, and we can all be better even at this time. I don't feel that I'm there, so it's a continuous journey, but keep that on the focus, and you can be better.
Professional
communication skill is
communication
very important.
Skills.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever faced, because we have Asian background, some people, they have a stereotype as on, oh, you Indian have this problem, and Chinese always to sell cheap things. They're not respectful. In the beginning, at least, they have this stereotype. They think in different way. Have you ever faced those type of bias situation?
You are right, and I would answer this in two ways, because this what I say unconscious bias is on both sides.
Yeah.
So when you go as a leader, you have certain unconscious biases you might not be aware about. And same thing for the team which you're gonna lead. So they will also have it. But as I said, by spending the time with them and understanding them, and they get a chance to know you better as well, it builds the trust. And the key thing to build the trust is consistency on what you are saying and what you are doing as a leader. If you say that this
open, clear
communication, but more about walking the talk, like whatever you are preaching, you need to really make sure that you are doing. And then when you do all those things, then they work and say, oh no, this person has a good technical knowledge and has a good people management skills, and then it would be all good. But the key thing what I would highlight is your unconscious bias. So you have to be very aware. Who is not from India, then I have to be aware that I should not have anything which affecting my either decisions or the impression I want to have of you or anyone else. And I think that's hard, but as the time goes, you practice and then it works. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. The bias from both sides sometimes.
Yes.
I also have this stereotype opinion about people say that they're not working hard enough. You're right. I need to have this open opinion. Then I have another question. India has produced many great leaders. What do you think the character or education method to benefit this type of situation? Especially in international working environment, there's many Indian leaders, actually more than Chinese leaders. So can you?
Yeah, and that might be, each of us have different understanding and maybe our own thoughts, like why it's like this way. But my opinion on this is, I would connect it to the environment where those leaders have grew up, especially if you are in India. Like one of the things you have is very strong family ties. So you have like very expanded family and friends, and you have so many celebrations. So you have to work with all those people and navigate the challenges.
True. Yeah, that's true.
So what it does is it makes you more adept or more stronger in managing your relationships with the people. And at the same time, and in the country like India where population is huge, so all the settings, either you are in the school or work, everywhere it's very competitive. It means there is a lot of competition. People always want to do best, and I think that's what forces you to, from the foundation, to do hard work. You know that if you are not extraordinary, your chances of being successful is limited because there is so much of competition. And I think that's one thing. And other point is, because when you have this much competition, that means you will not be successful at each of the thing you want to have. So what it means is that you will have a lot of setbacks. Either, okay, I like this girl and I want to propose, but then you're not competitive because you're not doing a good education, or maybe doesn't have a good job, and then you have a setback. Same for the people who are in the school, and then they want to go to a particular university, particular course, and they do not get. And what it happens is, once you have so many setbacks, you get used to it, and you get
you don't get demotivated.
Correct. And what you do is you start reflecting on it, and you start learning, okay, what did I not do right and what I could change. So then you are always ready to adapt when things doesn't go your way. You don't just cry and then give up. And I think that's very important. It builds this resilience in your character. And I think that's, to me, it's very important. If you want to go on a leadership role, you will have so many challenges, and if each of the setbacks set you back and you are not able to stay positive and stay calm under pressure situations, then you will not be successful. So I think those are the key things which I think really makes those people successful.
I do agree with you, because in this company I'm very close with Januk and with you, with Karen. When you have weddings, birthdays, it's a huge celebration, and it's common. Even though she is in Norway, she has run to France every weekend. That is very different from China. In China, we prefer to stay alone, only with our relatives or close friends, not make everything huge. Of course, if you have these big celebrations, you manage 700 people for her wedding. 700 is not big wedding, she said. I cannot imagine. And then you have to to organize those and to socialize with people, and you need that, right?
Yes. That's this people skill we have in our culture. That's so naturally it comes with the culture. So it's a plus point.
What it does is, like, most of, I would not say all 100%, but most of the Indian
Very
people would be
outgoing.
very outgoing,
Socialize.
and they would like to talk to even the people they don't know. And then if you see them on the hallway or something, they will say hi, and not just walk past you without saying anything. So I think that and if you want to go on a leadership role, I think these are the characteristics which really makes you more stronger.
That's why you suggest me to go big, not stay low key.
Yes.
That is actually the way you're doing and the way you're thinking. In China, we don't have this type of culture to celebration, to socialize with hundreds of people. And do you have any suggestions how we can improve our skills? So
when you have big celebration, they also come with the cost. So I'm not saying that's the best way, but that's the tradition in India. But you can always have, like, if you look at Zen, every weekend they would have like some gathering. And same for me as well. Either my wife's friend, or like you always have 2-3 families coming together and maybe doing something. So I think just create those opportunities to interact with the people, not just your family. And I think that would help you to know them better, because those people will bring challenges in your life. Some of them would be meeting all your expectations, and then you are super happy, and then you become like a close friend. And some of them you will see that maybe this is not a right fit for us, and then that how to create a distance. You are not afraid of making the relationship and working with the people.
That's true. Stay active.
Stay active. To build the relationships. That's
not
the thing.
To be scared of going for that connection, because it's a lot of work.
And sometimes you stay at home and you never want to go out. You feel pressure.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah. You need to stay active, to go out, to socialize with people. That's great. That's very great tips.
Very good tips.
Kailash, you're a very calm and comprehensive approach of working. So how you achieve it's your personality or your education, your parents to shape the personality you have today?
I have again my opinion on this. I think it's more about how I have structured my routines. One is this resilience, where I don't feel it's too bad. There would be days when you're not happy with something, but then I have a 24 hours timeline that and that's the thing which I learned from Rico. I had something similar, but I did not have that timeline which I use now. Then you just come out of that, and then you prepare the plan and learn what did not work, and how do you improve.
So I highlight a little bit here. So Kailash have the method. If something happened, not happy, setbacks, all those things, 24 hours. You get angry, you cry, you do nothing. But after 24 hours, and you fresh new.
So that's what is one thing. And the other thing, which is more maybe making my character on more calmer side, is if I have to do something, I do a lot of planning.
Yes, that's what I was
a lot of planning I do.
Very important.
And what it does is, the more planning you do, more surprises you avoid, and you are prepared. And what it does is, then you have a confidence when you go on that particular thing, that you are prepared, you have spent time on this, and most of the things are under control, and then you can stay calm. And then I also have this positive view on the things as well, that whatever is the bad situation, it can be fixed. Someone quoted this was, as long as the person is not dead, you still have an opportunity. And that's how I see it, that the thing might be bad, but I always have that optimistic view that the things will become better. The moment you get nervous and all the things, you lose focus, and then you are not effective. Whatever you could do for planning, do it as good as you could, because planning is the thing. If you have something bad in your life and you cry, people will hear it like once, but if you just go like crying days and weeks and months, they will, what is this? So that's why it's good to have some time, and then you just go out of it, and then the planning really helps. Planning, you do more, because that gives you confidence.
And practicing.
And the thing is, if you think about the stress, what it does is, when you have the stress comes when you are not prepared. When the things are uncertain, you have to go to exam tomorrow and you haven't read the things, and then you will have a stress, correct? But you are supposed to do certain things in a certain way, you did not do it, and that will create the stress. So if you overdo it in the front, I don't want to leave it, then you are always prepared, and then even the things will go wrong. Then you say, okay, I did all the things what I could do, because what sets you back, as an individual, is even though the world doesn't know, you know, correct? That I did not do my 100% in this, action initiative or whatever. I slept or whatever I did. I did not do justice to this, and that things haunt you. Even though you don't say, or even if you can't see it, but that thing stays behind you. But if you have spent time, this is the exam I want to prepare, this is the project I want to prepare, then you have the confidence that I did all the things, and now if something happens which was not in my influence, okay, then
there's nothing else I can do.
Correct. And then you will not have that guilty feeling or that bad feeling that you did not do. And then that will act to the confidence, and then it helps. And then what will happen is the whole team will see this. And then what you want is, these are the kind of characteristics and values and ways of working you want to see maybe in everyone. And then that team which has all these things, everyone thinking this way, that's the team. I say it's a high performing team, because that team knows what needs to be done and what matters.
Just give 100% of your effort, and then you will not regret.
Yes. And what it does, I have seen so many complicated situations, and then in the beginning it all looks, this never gonna end, this is, a nightmare. How do we come out of this situation? Everyone would be stressed. But what you tell yourself is just the time. You just have to give the time, and then the team will figure it out. Just give the time, and then just keep working on, have a plan, and then work on that, and then it will be fixed.
I have the same feeling. When we overstressed for some big occasion, and if you do nothing, you get even more stressed. If you start working on it, prepare and thinking, write things down, and you'll feel better.
One thing, small curiosity about your lifestyle habits. So can you say 1 or 2 habits that you do every day?
And once I think I called you after work. It's around 4 or 5 o'clock, and you were running. You said.
So so that's at least 3 days I try.
3 days. Running.
2 is minimum. And 3 days is that when I do 3 days, then it's okay, I have done what I should. And I never miss opportunity to play paddle. Before that it was tennis, before that it was cricket. At least 1 day is good for that.
And one more thing, how do you reflect upon, maybe you have too many thoughts, and do you take some alone time for yourself?
Oh yes, that's a very good question. You should always have at least 1 hour or so for yourself. So if you look at my calendar, you will see meeting with just myself. The block time, and that's my time to reflect and see what did I do. Normally I have a block in the morning and also 1 block in the at the end of the day, just to see and conclude. Otherwise, the life would become very busy. When you are a leader, you will have a number of meetings to attend and so on. So you have to fix some time for yourself so that you can reflect and come up with a plan. Otherwise your brain needs the time to process. And if you have made this time, then they will see you are not available. And my line manager knows that, so then she will come and say, can I steal this time, and then I will have to juggle it. But at least you have a choice, and that thing stays on your radar all the time, that now it's my time to reflect and do something.
Thank you for sharing it. I will book some time for myself as well.
Yeah, me too.